the national championship. The Florida Gators have won the Southeastern Conference Championship. GatorZone is brought to you by Wells Fargo, proud partner of the Florida Gators.
Hey Gator Nation, we welcome you to another episode of GatorZone alongside Kyle Crooks. Jeff Cardozo here with you, and we are in the heart of campus today because that's what being a student athlete is all about. The University of Florida, of course, gives you a great education. I got a degree from here, and I am certainly very, very fortunate that that was the case. And the people here helped me get through because I think we all aspire to be pro athletes, but in reality, guess what? About 2% of college athletes make the big leagues. So I didn't do that. Now I'm stuck hanging out with Kyle all the time, but it's good to do it.
Yeah, great to be with you, Jeff. And one person that really stands out here at the university in helping student athletes take that next step is the coordinator of career development. That's Allison Forrest. We had a chance to talk with her.
Here at the Career Roundtable, Jacob Lovelace alongside Allison Forrest. Allison, just kind of what is this event for student athletes?
Yeah, so this is a networking event for our student athletes. We bring companies and graduate programs to campus. We have it each semester and really allow our student athletes to help with networking, preparing them for their next adventure as a career.
And a lot of companies and professionals here today. What is kind of the work that goes on behind the scenes to set up an event like this?
So it's a lot of contacting employers and graduate programs that meet the needs of our student athletes, so they all major and have different career aspirations. So making sure we have a variety of companies here and then contacting them to come and speak to our student athletes at this event.
And how many companies do come to an event like this?
We have over 30 this semester and this go round, so it's pretty good.
It's got to be really beneficial for the student athletes to have a variety of companies come in from all kinds of different professions.
Yes, it is. Some of them may know what they want to do. Some of them it's just good to interact with different industries to see maybe something else that might pique their interest.
Is there any kind of stories you've seen where this is an event that's changed a student athlete, or they've gotten an internship from something like this?
Yeah, so a lot of them will get internships, even full-time jobs out of it. And then I think the best thing is when someone gets a job from this event and now they're coming back to represent their company and then recruiting more student athletes. So you kind of get to see it full circle.
And there's a lot of work that goes on for this event from you guys and setting it up, but what kind of work do the student athletes put in before they come here to be ready for an event?
Yeah, so we talk about resumes a lot, but really first impressions, what to wear, how to introduce yourself, and share what you're interested in and passionate about, and then prepare to meet and interact with the employers.
Do you guys have training for the student athletes to come and be ready?
Yeah, so we do stuff in the Hawkins Center throughout the week. We have workshops at night, and then also one-on-one just to help prepare them, make sure they're the best that they can be for this event.
And athletics are obviously important at the University of Florida, but so are academics. Just what about the Hawkins Center is so unique compared to other schools and really helps our student athletes stand out?
I think being a top 10 institution is great academically, and that degree is going to help, but also like preparing them for life afterwards. And it's not just maybe what they're majoring in, but making sure that they're interacting, building their brand, building relationships that can help them in the future.
Well, Allison, thanks for joining us, and go Gators.
Go Gators.
So Jeff, they're a good example of seeing how student athletes excel once they get into their career. And a good example of that is Lauren Embry here at Florida.
Yeah, and we all remember that name from the women's tennis team, a national champion. She was so phenomenal. And guess what? She's back in Gainesville now as one of the assistant coaches on the women's tennis team.
Well, we knew immediately that Lauren was going to be the first phone call. I wasn't sure that she wanted to leave Southern California, but we were working that lead to the very end for sure.
Roland and I talk all the time, so it was just another phone call really, but then when he called about that, I was a little bit taken back. I loved where I was and I had a great experience there, but I knew that to go to the next step, there was a lot that factored into my decision.
Lauren was a 5-time All-American, but also a 2-time national champion, leaving the Gators with plenty memories as a player.
Well, the easiest thing, obviously, to remember is her national championship clinching moment against Stanford. Obviously, that coming back from 4-0 down in the third set for us to clinch it at their place. But one thing about Lauren when she was a player, and you can see it even as a coach now, is that she always believed she could win. Always, no matter what the score was.
Looking back, it's crazy how it all kind of played out. I say this all the time, but my teammates just, if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be the last one on the court. My matches just took the longest, so that's why I was out there a lot, and the last one on court, but they put me in that position and they fought every point to win their matches. So to be the last one on court for some of those matches, I just knew that I was playing for something bigger than myself, and in the moment you're not really thinking about the winning or losing. You're just kind of playing every point, looking at your teammates, looking at your coaches, they're helping you. It's just an unbelievable experience that you don't really get until you're in those moments.
Roland Thornquist was a huge part of developing Embry as a player. Now she is ready to have an impact on this generation of Gators.
And Roland's done so much for me since I was 16 years old when he started recruiting me, and has done so much in my life to make me better as a better coach, a better person. So to be on his staff and to just learn from him, one of the best. I mean, he's won multiple national championships, and I just hope I can bring something and contribute to what he's done so far for this program.
There are a lot of little moments, over the course of her 4 years, where Tuesday morning practices, where, we were going at it on the court, and, those kinds of memories are really, I think for me personally, is what stands out during her 4 years here, not necessarily the highlight reels that you see on TV.
Here as a coach now, I feel like I can relate to the team a lot about what it takes day in and day out to achieve that goal at the end, or to win, or to be successful. All the little things, like I said, taking care of your body, sleeping, making sure your school is up to date, coming in for individuals, getting the extra reps in the weight room, all of those things kind of add up, and I feel like as a coach now, I can tell the girls how it's done, and I can relate to them and their struggles and when they're doing well.
Embry's attitude on and off the court is contagious. Her ability to relate to the team is exactly what Thornquist is looking for. He believes that she not only has the experience, but the mindset to lead this team to success.
She is just one of those positive people. She exudes positive energy, and she has that attitude, thinking, the confidence, if you will, that she can accomplish a lot of things. And I think that's exactly what this team needs. We have a nice mix of some youth and great talent, and I think now Lauren can add that little extra to get us up over the hump and into the top 10 again.
So Lauren Embry was one of the biggest competitors that you'll ever meet. So fun watching her and just the matches that she had to go through. Such a competitor, and helped bring Florida those national championships, and I'm ready for her to bring some more back to the women's tennis team.
One of the great competitors and student athletes, and we'll feature more coming up right here on GatorZone.
GatorZone is brought to you by Wells Fargo, proud partner of the Florida Gators, and by Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel.
We welcome you back to GatorZone. Jeff and Kyle here with you. We see so many of the sports facilities on campus. It's rare that we get to look at all the beautiful things here going on, and it is awesome to walk around here. More than 60,000 students making their way, and one of them made their way all the way from Kansas. So maybe the twister with Dorothy, when she clicked her heels, dropped her right off in Gainesville. But Parker Roberts has been awesome for the soccer team.
Yeah, it's certainly a long journey for Parker, and one that had so much kind of adversity throughout her time here. This is her third year as a Gator. She dealt with a fracture in her foot, and it was a long journey to get back to game shape. She's doing a great job for the orange and blue. Here's a look at her story.
Near the box, up ahead of Bialzak. Marcano there for Tennessee. Goalie is away, but it's kept away by Florida.
And what about Roberts making that save off the line? Tremendous effort.
Coming off a stellar 2017 season, All-SEC player Parker Roberts looked poised to have another great year in orange and blue. But just 6 games into the season, plans changed.
I had been having pain in my foot and I wasn't really sure what it was. I just figured it's sore. I play soccer, I wear cleats all the time. And then after a game, I was at practice the next day and I knew something wasn't right, and I'd been talking to my trainer about it. And so I got an x-ray just to be careful, and they found out I actually had a fracture in my foot. And my first question was, well, I can just keep playing, right? I can play. And they were like, no, not really. So I had surgery 2 days later after I found out, and it just happened so fast.
That's pretty much been the story for the Gators. Injuries, and not just injuries to anybody, but some of their big-time key players. Parker Roberts has a broken foot.
At first, it's the end of the world. I can't play with my team. What are you talking about? Like, you're in this role where, you're playing a lot and people expect things of you. You're captain, and then all of a sudden, it's taken away from you.
As a captain of the 2018 team, Roberts had to quickly learn how to support her teammates and still be a leader from the sidelines.
It was definitely a new role for me, but I learned more about myself and about how to be a leader than I would have on the field. I sat back and I couldn't really say a lot at times because I was observing a lot, but I think I found my voice.
A voice that got the Gators off to a hot 4-0 start in Southeastern Conference play.
This is a delicious ball over the top by Roberts, commits the outside back.
It's Roberts, drills one into the back of the net, and it could be a dagger.
After being sidelined for a year, Roberts is back for her junior season with a new appreciation for the game.
I think it was the biggest blessing in disguise. It changed a lot, but I am so thankful for it, and now I get a whole nother year with my team.
For GatorZone, I'm Shelby Granath.
Well, Jeff, all around the world, they call soccer football. And when you look at the Florida football team, so many great student athletes have come through the swamp. How about Vernon Hargreaves and the connection to our next story and Chanelle Hargreaves?
Yeah, little sister of Vernon, but she's making a name for herself. She's now in her senior season, but doing some phenomenal things. Comes in and does the serve quite a bit. And gosh, she's on rallies of 6, 7, 8 points, but a huge asset for Mary Wise here in her final season.
When deciding where to attend college and play volleyball, Tampa native Chanelle Hargreaves didn't have to think too hard once she heard from the school she wanted to hear from.
I've been following Florida volleyball since probably middle school. Like, even receiving a message from Mary Wise, I was like, wait, what? Like, this has been my dream school.
I asked them, what could you bring that could be elite? What's going to separate you from the thousands of players that play that position around the country? What's going to make you different?
I think I just chose Florida just because of all of the tradition and everything that goes into this program. It's such a family-oriented place. We don't just come here as an athlete, you know. They are looking to help you succeed in so many different ways, not just on the volleyball court.
Chanelle had a familiarity with UF, as her brother Vernon starred on the football team. Her dad also coaches football at Missouri, and she's been able to lean on their experiences to grow her game at Florida.
I've been competing my whole life, whether it's who can get to the kitchen first or, you know, like who's shooting the most hoops or whatever it is. Everything's been a competition with me and my siblings. So just coming in here and knowing that nothing's handed to you and you got to work for everything, something that my dad's really taught me and something that my brother has shown me through his experiences at Florida and now playing in the NFL. You know, he works so hard and doesn't let the outside, you know, get to him. It's been something that's really helped me through this whole process. Even if it's a missed phone call or not calling my dad, you know, or my brother, you know, they get it. They've been here. They're still doing it. And it's a daily grind for them, so they understand it's a daily grind for me. And they're my biggest support system whenever something's going on mentally, physically, whatever it is, you know, odds are they've been through it. So it is super helpful to have both of them by my side and helping me through every step of the way.
Chanelle has used those experiences to grow her game every single year and become one of the most respected teammates on the Florida Gator team.
Honestly, when she came in, her serve was not very consistent, and it wasn't a huge point scorer. She has taken that, what she can add with her serving game, and now she's one of our best servers. And that has been developed over 4 years. She's embraced it, she's owned it.
Her game has accelerated so quickly. I think if you ask any of the seniors that, they'll be able to say that. But also as a person, I mean, we've roomed together all 4 years that we've been here, so I think we probably have the most to say about each other. But just as a person, I mean, her confidence has blossomed, and just the way that she approaches things has grown so much. And yeah, I'm just so proud of her on and off the court. I mean, she's done great things for this program.
But before she even stepped on the court, give credit to Chanelle Hargreaves for how she changed the dynamics on our bench. She understood what a bench could do, the energy a bench could bring, and she really was instigator, one of the instigators, to grow the personality from the group that's on the bench and not on the court. And some of the things that the team does now, That's Chanelle Hargreaves' input.
Anytime I'm struggling, anytime I'm not struggling, Chanelle is someone that I'll go to and talk to no matter what. She is a rock for everyone on the team. She knows what every single person on the court is working on, and she is so selfless and will make sure that she helps those people out before she helps herself out. Coming in, I wasn't sure really what my role was going to be, and understanding coming off the bench was something that was going to be a part of my role for so long. I think this year I just want to be able to capitalize on that and make an impact every time I am able to step on the floor and help my teammates out with whatever I'm asked to do.
If we've learned anything about Chanelle Hargreaves in her 4 years, she'll do just that. Help the Florida Gator volleyball program any way she can. For GatorZone, I'm Jacob Lovelace.
So Chanelle has certainly been an asset here, and Chanelle is conditioned very well, like Kyle's trying to do back there, but it's not a volleyball story. We're running on over to tell you about a cross-country athlete.
GatorZone is brought to you by Wells Fargo, proud partner of the Florida Gators, and by Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel.
Well, welcome back to GatorZone. Kyle Crooks joined alongside Jeff Cardozo. Well, Jeff, here in the fall, we look at cross country. Both the men's and the women's side, they're on the rise right now, and one particular standout in Colin for the men.
Yeah, he came all the way down from Virginia to be a Gator and was all SEC as a freshman. So pretty special start to his career, but what's not special is running. Like, running should be a punishment, but this guy does it for fun, and he is really, really good at it.
So Florida was the right fit for me because I knew that Florida achieves excellence and, back-to-back national champions for track, and that's somewhere where I wanted to be. It's amazing because not only do you get the chance to compete at the highest level with the best coaches and everything, but also the academics here are amazing. So it's greatly, I'm blessed and have an awesome opportunity to be here.
The kid's tough, and it's funny you bring up Gator standard because we've talked about that recently and living up to what it means to be Gator tough. And he's a tough kid. He's been through, he's had his ups and downs, and he's been through a lot and had some setbacks, but he's persevered, and he's one of those quiet leaders.
What it takes is you gotta be scheduled. You have to make sure that you have a routine, because if you get off your routine, then everything is just gonna fall apart. It's not the easiest thing to do, and it's cool to go out there every day and know you're working your hardest and getting something out of it.
He comes from an Air Force family, and obviously the relocation and all that stuff, and everything that comes with being in a service family. And I think it gives him that element of whether you want to call it a chip on your shoulder, whether you want to call it he knows how to just kind of persevere, just get through things.
I'd say the enjoyment out of it is you get a great team atmosphere that you get to come back to, but also you get the fulfillment of actually getting to race and compete and pushing yourself to the limit and seeing what you can do, because it's not every day that you get to push yourself and see how far you can take it. So it's just really rewarding to see how far you can push your body.
Our culture is better than it's ever been before, and he's a big part of that. And it is because in the past we've designated team captains, and this year we went away with that because I wanted everyone to have that ownership, and he's done a really good job of just kind of stepping up and being the example. He's not the loudest guy, but when he does talk, people listen, and so just trying to empower him a little bit more to, look, you have been through a lot, people respect you, don't undervalue what your voice holds, and he stepped up to the plate pretty darn well. And
yeah, I'm just excited to be part of the Gator family because that lasts forever. So it's a great thing to know that I'm just part of this legacy that lasts generations, and that I get to continue that and represent it. So it's really amazing, and I'm honored to be here.
Gators on three! Gators on three! 1, 2, 3, Gators!
5 minutes, 18, 19. There goes Kyle trying to best Colin's mile mark, get under 6 minutes, but he has got no shot. But I'm going to try to catch him as well, and we'll get you to top plays right after this. We're walking you back to GatorZone, still running around campus, and look what we ran into. College Game Day. Second time the Gators have been featured on College Game Day this year, so certainly a great light for the University of Florida. But what's not great is this guy. Dude, you only ran a mile, like you're that worn out?
Jeff, I'm not in shape. I'm not like these student athletes here at the University of Florida. I certainly cannot be on top plays, but let's check out those that were.
Today's top plays are brought to you by Nike.
Jefferson wide to the left, Pitts also a wing to the left.
two receivers to the right in twins. Now here's Trask, dropping to throw, looking to fire the ball over the end zone. He got a receiver, back line, caught, touchdown, Trey Grimes. Oh my! Twin receivers out wide right to the strong side. The snap to Trask on a play action. Trask looking to throw and fires the ball down the left sideline for Pitts. He makes the grab. Fourth down. Snap. Jones dropping back, looking to throw the ball, and it's going to be caught! Touchdown into back right side for the Gators, LaMichael Pirine. Oh my! Touchdown Gators!
Threw it up for grabs, ball was tipped, and the Gators come down with a, LaMichael Pirine comes down with a tipped ball.
At the 34. Snap to Trask. Trask dropping back, has time, looks to throw and fires to Pitts. Great grab. Pitts at the 19-yard line. The Gators first down. In the pistol, the snap to Trask. Trask looking, throws the ball toward the end zone. It's caught at the touchdown. Van Jefferson. Oh my! It's like he had Velcro on those hands. Touchdown Gators.
Unbelievable plays.
Right hash. Pirine, the running back. The snap to Trask, looks to throw and up double pumps and throws it again. Jefferson in the end zone. He's got it. He's got it. Oh my!
Drills it in with the left foot. Works through Vanessa Kara. Out to Steed, one-time shot. Oh, that was beautiful. Tie game. Lainey Steed put on a clinic. Her first career Gator goal. Laid out near Kuiken. Keeps possession. Kuiken spins and fires! Gators on top. Rose circling in. Finds the speedy piece. 1v1. Puts it home. Corey Peace, her second career goal. Better steps through. Roberts with the left foot. Just chips it right over the keeper. Parker Roberts. That was brilliant off the free kick. And the Gators tack on. It's now a 4-1 lead.
So there you have it, some of the top plays of the week, and we have certainly had a top time touring campus. Again, we get to see the athletic venues all the time, but if you're ever wanting to come to Gainesville before one of those great sporting events, come walk around. It's just an absolutely gorgeous walk, and the fall is a special time of year. Well, it's not special anymore because we have to say goodbye, but it's always special when you follow the Gators.
That's right. You can follow the Orange and Blue on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Yeah, good stuff. So make sure you do it, and make sure you watch GatorZone each and every week. This week, he was my partner,
Kyle Crooks.
And for the fantastic camera work of Gareth Gutierrez, I am Jeff Cardozo. We'll see you guys next time.